you see me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I already have 7 people.
Wow. Good morning, I guess afternoon. Or wherever you're from. I don't know what time it is, but you know. How's everybody? Hello. So we're doing a Q&A today. Oh, you know what I forgot? Can you grab the book? Just so I can share it. It's just down here. Thanks. Hello, hello. Good morning and afternoon. Perfect. Thank you, honey. Just so I can share it during the live. All right. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so excited I brought it. See? So I can share it with you guys. So this is our typical questions and answer period. Okay, guys? So if you have any questions, just feel free to ask. I ask you don't spam me. Give me a few minutes. If I haven't responded to your question, then you can ask again, okay? And if you have an obscure username, just put your initials in with your questions so that I know who I'm talking to, okay?
All right.
Yeah, we can start now. Yeah, we got a few on, so let's start. I like to get right into it.
Our first question here is from Nicola, who asks, is Connor worth the wait?
Yes, I hear very loudly, yes, okay? You're a little bit more fast-paced, so just be a little patient, okay, honey? You know what you want, you know where you're going, and Connor just feels like a little slower at the go. All right?
All right. Mm-hmm. We also have a few people saying congrats on the book.
Thank you so much. I'm going to show you the book just... There's a few of you on. I'm going to show it again a couple of times, but this is my children's book. And it shows it up backwards on TikTok, but it's The Little Light. Is it show up backwards? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it says The Little Light, A Soul's Journey. So it's my children's book. First one, first edition. It is up for pre-order, so if you're interested in doing that, you can purchase it through my website. Thanks for the gift, honey. www.rebeccadragonheart.com. The book is literally what it sounds like. So it is about the soul and its journey from the other side to coming into incarnation and having a life experience. So if you think you would be interested in that, it's great for kids. It's great for adults as well who want to understand a little bit more about the soul. All right?
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Our next question here is from Alexis, who asks, will I get financial abundance in June?
So it sounds, no, I'm hearing it's going to be a little bit more abundant for you starting in August, okay? So it's not that far off, but whatever it is you're anticipating in June, it feels like it's not happening or you're not getting that much until August, okay, honey? So just be patient.
All right. Our next question here is from Melissa, who asks, will my tarot practice be successful?
It will. Be patient with yourself though, honey. Okay. So what I'm hearing with you is you're really good at what you do. Thank you so much, hon. You're really good at what you do, but you have to get your exposure and get more into what you're doing more regularly, okay? So don't be afraid when I do these readings, I tell them everything, even if it doesn't make sense. Say it all. But I do see success for you, honey. It feels like you're going to get the ample success that you're looking for about 2 years from now. So just start plugging away at it, and you're starting. Oh, thank you. You're starting the journey. So it's a good one. That was cute. Thank you so much.
All right.
Yeah.
Our next question here is from Perry, who asks, do I have any messages for me from my spirit guides?
Yeah, so with you, honey, they're wanting you to tap into your creativity. I don't know what you do for a living, but it's sounding like you need to be getting more into your creative self and working on those lines of things, okay? It's time to get out of the rat race is what I'm hearing. You've been getting a lot of nudges and pushes in that direction. Your guides communicate with you through numbers, honey, okay? So when you see those numbers, you want to go back to what was I just thinking, feeling, or saying in that moment when I saw those numbers, and then look up what was those numbers and what do they mean. Okay.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Next we have from Melina, who asks, will I buy my apartment next year?
Yeah, 17 months is what they're saying. So it'll happen in 17 months. Make sure you keep me posted, okay?
All right. Our next question is from Martita, who asks, will I ever be happy in my career or quit working for good soon?
So you're not retiring yet. Retirement for you is still a little bit down the line. I do think that you're going to find a different approach to your career. Okay, so what it looks like is there's going to be some changes, but that's not happening for about 2 years for you. Okay, honey. So you're going to see something a door open for you, basically, and it's going to shift gears in your career path, and it's going to be extremely enjoyable. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, and there's recognition involved with it, so that's a good thing.
All right. Our next question here is from Wendy, who says, will I fall pregnant this year?
Yes. Yeah, you're going to 6 months is what I'm hearing. So within the 6 months, keep me posted.
All right. Jessica asks, stay home or move out west?
I hear move out west, so it came through pretty loud. Take that leap. Right?
All right.
Who doesn't like to go west, right?
All right. Our next question is from Bernadette, who asks, will Yusuf make contact soon?
I'm hearing about 3 months for communication to happen, okay? So just be patient, give it time. There's stuff happening on the other side where it feels like I gotta wait. There's delays. So about 3 months from now, okay? All right.
All right. Our next question is from Alia, who asks, is it possible for me and Chase to have 3 kids? Will we make our 15 years together mark?
You will definitely make your years together, and I do hear that there is that potential, but here's the thing. What I'm hearing is with a 3rd child is going to change things dramatically for where your path is. Now, that being said, it doesn't mean that you can't have that experience, but it's kind of cautionary on your spirit guide side. So there's certain goals that you have. So if you add 1 more child to the mix, it might change some of those goals or put the expected timelines a little further out. Okay? That doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It just means that, when you're expecting to do certain things, it's going to be a little bit further down the line. Okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Cynthia, who asks, is this new job the one for me?
Oh, yes. Yeah. And it's a good starting point. Is going to open up doors for you, okay? So be ready. You're going to learn a little bit more outside of the job description is what I'm hearing. And it's definitely going to open doors for you, okay? So keep hold on that one.
All right. Our next question is from Leah, who asks, do you see me getting my U.S. visa before August?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't hear it. It's going to be after August. So if you're on a timeline, maybe see if you can get it pushed up faster. Okay, start reaching out to them now. They're slow is what I'm hearing, and it's just really delayed. There's a lot going on there. Yeah.
All right. Our next question is from Janet Smith Hamill, who asks, anything from my daughter, please?
Yeah, so I'm hearing a song that is playing over and over, and it's repetitive. It's very almost like you can't stop thinking about this song. So that's her way of just showing me that she's trying to communicate through music with you, okay? I want you to realize that, okay, knock on for one, and the energy is, it feels like she's just with you. There's nobody else that she's out and about with. Like, I feel her energy with you a lot, and she tells me she dreams with you a lot. So she comes to you through dreaming. That's when you're the most receptive is what she tells me, okay? There's a rabbit or a bunny or something that she sends to you as well. So there's something about a little bunny. Just pay attention around you and you'll see what that means. It's just a personal message that she's giving to validate, okay, honey? So she's with you, and I think the main thing that she wants from this communication would be, don't be sad, and enjoy life, because that's why you're here still, and she's still around. Okay.
All right. Just refresh here. Also we jumped up quite a lot.
Okay.
To go over everything.
Sure, I'm going to go over everything. Hi, I'm Rebecca Dragonheart, psychic medium. I've been doing my work now since 1993, so I've been doing it for a long time. You can book a private session with me if you'd like to do so. It's on my website, www.rebeccadragonheart.com. It is first come, first serve, so if you want to get in, you want to do it quickly. I have other options as well, so I do a members live. So if you don't get your questions answered here, you can always subscribe and join the members live, which is at the end of each month. I only take a few people. That way I'm guaranteeing that you get your questions answered, okay? It's a subscription, and you can unsubscribe anytime you want. Also, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Instagram, and I'm publishing my first children's book. So this one here, you can't really tell what it says because TikTok makes it go backwards, but it just says The Little Light, and it's a soul's journey. And it is exactly what that sounds like. So it's the journey of the soul from the other side to here, coming in, what it looks like on the other side, that kind of thing. I've had a few experiences with the other side where I got to see what that journey looks like. So if that's something that piques your interest, go check it out on my website at www.rebeccadragonheart.com under The Little Light. Also here, ask your questions. Give me a few minutes. If I haven't responded, feel free to ask again, but please don't spam me, okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Maria, who asks, will I move abroad soon?
So I'm hearing for you, it's not until 2 years from now, okay? So don't jump the gun, is what I hear. Be patient, because it feels like if you go too soon, it's going to be a bit of a struggle. So give yourself the timing, okay?
All right. Next we have from Amber, anything from my son, please?
So Amber, with your son, it's interesting because I feel him like he touches your ear. I don't know why your ear, okay? So I'm seeing him touching the ear, and I'm seeing him touching you on this side of your, so this is the left side, is where I'm seeing him touch you. It's almost like to get your attention, okay? And it's not like, it's sort of like a flick, but not hard, okay? More than anything, it's like, I want you to pay attention and see that I'm here. There's been times that you have noticed and you've kind of brushed it off like it's probably just your imagination, or you're not necessarily trusting that. So this is his way of telling you, yeah, I'm there, okay? I'm really a part of your experience. He comes around mostly around 8 o'clock. I don't know why that's so specific, but that's what I'm hearing. So I'm going to tell you. Oh, thank you so much, you guys. So 8 o'clock is when he's kind of in your space. So more at night. So start trying to communicate with him then, and you'll see more evidence of him being around. He also says he flickers the lights. Okay. So that's his way of validating he's around. He's not gone, honey. Okay. And that's the thing you need to know more than anything, is like the energy is there. And I feel like in your case, it's like really strongly physical. Okay, so that means that you're feeling somebody touch you, you're feeling breath, you're hearing it close to you, kind of thing. So it feels very physical from him. So lots of love from him for sure. Thanks for the gifts, you guys.
All right. Our next question here is from one of our top gifters, Melissa, who asks, sorry, I can't read it because of the corgi.
So cute.
From Melissa, she asks, is this a good time to change career paths, or should I hang tight because of the economy?
So with you, honey, you're going to shift into a new environment is what I'm hearing, and it feels like it's in about 3 months for you. So put it out there. Don't quit your job until you have put in alignment what you're going towards, okay? So I hear 3 months from now you will be shifting gears, and it's definitely going to be worth it. All right? Oh, thank you guys. The corgi was great, by the way. I love the little corgi butt.
All right. Our next question here is from our #1 gifter at the moment, Carmen, who asks, hi, Rebecca, do you see me getting pregnant soon? And general, please.
And gender, you mean?
General. It says
a general reading. Yeah, okay. So I do see that there is going to be a pregnancy this year. So you are going to get pregnant this year, honey. I'm hearing that, oh, that's an awesome one. Thank you. I'm hearing that for you, you gotta work on the stress levels that are in your system, okay? So things that are happening around you, you can't control. You're also an empath, honey. So you're a little more sensitive than most people, okay? Than the average bear kind of thing. So you got to work on how to deal with being an empath and what that means, and how to kind of get that stress. They show me a lot of tension here. So that just means channeling that energy instead of keeping it, okay? So go and Google what it means to be an empath and how to be an effective empath, okay? Oh, I love these. They're so pretty. All right. Thank you so much.
All right, here.
Oh, screen went funny.
All right, our next question here is from Angelic, who asks, how does Rodney feel about me? Should I leave him alone?
So space is needed is what I'm hearing. So definitely give him the space that is, it's kind of like, give me the space, and then you're going to see a change in the way that things work out. Okay. So definitely step back. Less communication, a little bit more you time is what I'm hearing. Okay, and you're going to see a shift.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much, you guys.
Our next question here is from Natalia, who asks, do I have any messages for my loved ones that have passed? Thank you.
So you're on a trajectory that, oh, I love that. That's so pretty. A trajectory that's really positive for you, okay, honey? And you've gone through a lot in the last 2 years, they're telling me. So just know that those things that have happened have just been to push you in the direction that you need to be going. So some doors are opening up for you, and there's a big move coming is what I'm hearing for you. Okay, so just be ready, be open, be receptive. No pausing or hesitating. So when things come up for you, trust your intuition and your guides to get you in the right direction, because you have a lot of really positive new things coming for you. Okay, and I see you moving like into a new area is what it looks like. Okay. Ooh, that was fun.
All right.
Thanks.
Our next question here is from Evelyn, who has sent us a bit of gifts.
Oh, thank you, Evelyn.
And she asks, when do you see me getting pregnant? Please and thank you.
So I'm hearing for you within the next 4 months, honey. So it's actually around the corner. I'm hearing that there's been a little bit of resistance with that. So timing is everything is what I'm being told to tell you. So everything happens in the timing that it's meant to happen. It's hard to be serious with that thing. So everything is meant to happen in a certain timeline, and that's why it hasn't happened yet for you. Okay, honey? Oh, cute. Thanks, guys.
Could you just remind people not to spam?
Yeah, so please don't spam me. Just ask your questions. If I haven't responded, feel free to ask again, but just give me a few minutes first, okay? And then ask again. Thank you, guys. It slows down as soon as I say it. Thank you so much, you guys. All right?
All right. All right. Our next question here is from Niela, who asks, how is my son or daughter doing in heaven? Do they play with my son?
Yes, and I feel like you have one extra child, so you may have had a miscarriage before or something has happened. So you have, it feels like 3 over there, okay? I do feel them together, but I feel like this last energy is coming back to you somehow, okay, honey? So it's not lost. Okay, I don't know how else to describe it. So basically it's coming back in some form, whether it's through you or whether it's through a family member. It's coming back into your family is what I'm hearing, okay, honey?
All right. Christine asks, how's my dog Felia?
So cute. Sweet disposition, comes through more at a young age, so not coming through probably as the age that they crossed over. And I do feel like I spend a lot of time in the backyard or in the yard, somewhere in the yard. That's what I'm seeing. It's like playing in the yard, having a lot of fun in the yard. So, you know, still around. They do just fine. I mean, I know that there's a lot of questions about whether our pets come with us or go to the other side and meet us there, and they do, definitely. I saw animals when I went to the other side, so they're definitely around. Thanks for all of the gifts, guys. They're so fun.
Someone asked where they can pre-order the book.
Pre-order the book, yeah. So you can go onto my website, and there's a whole bunch of information on it. It's under the the Little Light, and it's www.rebeccadragonheart.com. You can also go right up into my link tree here on TikTok if it's easier for you, okay? And just click the Little Light, and all the information is there. And there's a few different purchasing areas that you can do, and there's going to be, for people who are supporting, I'm trying to hit 2,000 sales by the end of June, so anybody who supports before the end of June actually gets a little bonus, which is going to be great. So the first editions are going to be a little bit more special than anything printed after that, basically. All right.
All right. Our next question here is from Bianca, who asks, my mom passed 10 years ago. Is there anything from her? I miss her so much.
So I'm going to tell you this. She's been around for a lot of the big heavy things is what I'm hearing. There is other people she's visiting, so you're not the only one that she comes to check in on. So I do see her visiting other people, not all family. So she must have had some friends or somebody that was really close to her is what I'm seeing. It's like she visits you a little less now because you haven't needed her the same way as before is what she says, but she's always there through the hard things, okay, honey? And I just want you to understand that she's there. She tells me she sends you birds, she leaves you feathers, she leaves you coins. So she does the old school stuff, and something about She's showing me a washing machine. I don't know what the heck that even means, but that's what she's showing me. So I'm just going to tell you I'm seeing a washing machine. So there's something about the washing machine or a washing machine, okay? Thanks.
All right. Our next question is from Karina, who asks, do you see positivity financially and emotionally happening in my life soon?
Yeah, so this year is a little bit of a tough year for you is what I'm hearing. So you're going through still some purging of the emotional stuff, okay? So things are shifting, but I do see 2023 being a much, much better year financially, emotionally, and abundantly, okay? So not just money, but also with like people and situations and circumstances. It just looks like there's a lot that you've been doing this year that's helping you and moving you in the right direction for next year, okay, honey? So just keep yourself in that state, continue to do what you've been doing, and try to relax. Things that are definitely improving, not going backwards, okay? Thanks so much for the gifts, you guys.
All right, our next question here is from our top gifter, Misty, who
Thanks,
asks,
Misty.
I'd really like to know how my spirit guides talk to me. I think their question got cut off.
Oh, okay. Communicate with her.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing with you is, so they definitely use numbers with you, okay, but they're not always the 111 333. Sometimes it's like 1216, that kind of thing. So you got to just start paying attention to when you're noticing certain numbers. I also do hear that they send people. So what that means is you could be sitting down, having a coffee somewhere and having a thought or talking to somebody, and a person will walk by and they'll answer that question. Okay, so you got to just start being a little bit more observant that way. People especially, they say they use a lot. It seems to be an easy way for you to get that information. So just start paying attention. And again, when you see the numbers, you want to just trace back what were you thinking, feeling, and saying in that moment just before you saw those numbers. Okay?
All right.
All right.
Our next question here is from Emily, who said she sent 698 likes.
Oh, thank you, honey.
And she asks, when will I get a partner? Thank you.
So it sounds to me like it's really quickly here, okay? So it's going to be this summer, I'm hearing, and it feels to me like you're ready. So you've gone through a lot of clearing out the old patterns, and you are open and ready this time, okay? So what I want you to do is get really clear on what you're looking for in your partner. Write it down, keep it positive, don't put anything negative down, just put positive things so that the universe, God, source, whatever you want to call it, can give you what you're looking for, okay, honey? But I hear it's coming this summer for you, and this is your forever partner. Yay.
All right.
I love the glasses. They're cute.
All
right.
1 second here.
I'll take a sip while you do that. Corgi in your way.
Yeah. All right. Our next question here is from Heidi, who asks, will my husband's papers get approved before the end of July?
So I'm hearing 4 months, so not the end of July. So that's going to be August then, right? Because we're in May to June, July, August, September. I guess it would be because it's 4 months. I'm hearing 4 months is what I'm getting. A little bit of a delay, but that's kind of the case right now, unfortunately. All right.
All right. Our next question
thank you.
here.
I love that.
Oh,
one.
that's pretty.
I know, it's so pretty.
Our next question is from Michaela, who asks, do you see me being financially abundant soon? Maybe getting a house?
The house I hear is about 2 years for you. Okay, so you will be able to get a house, but it's not until 2 years from now, honey. And I do see some changes financially for you. It looks like more money flowing in, less, you kind of, the way that they show it to me, it's like you have like a small hose and the water flows just gently, but they're showing me that it's opening up, which means more flow of money. So there's money coming from not just one source is what I'm hearing. You're getting it from multiple places. So something's changing around how you make money or how money's coming into your life, okay?
All right.
Thank you.
Our next question here is from the one that's gifting right now, Crystal.
Hi, Crystal. Thanks.
Who asks, is anything really good going to happen soon for me?
So I see a shift around a bunch of relationships, and I just want to say this. Sometimes we have to clear out the old to bring in the new. But I'm hearing that the reason why there's a bit of a shift is there's going to be a move, and it looks like you're going to be in a totally new town, city environment, and you're going to start attracting like-minded people. So it looks like there's going to be some new relationships coming into your life, okay? And they're very positive, and these are long-term relationships that are going to go forward with you in the same alignment that you have, okay? Some of the people in your life now are great people. I'm not saying that they're not, but not in alignment with where you're heading. Okay, so I do see some notoriety. I don't know what they mean by that, but it looks like you're going to be known somewhere. So it's a good move, whatever it is. Okay, so just be open and receptive for that.
Someone has asked, can I book a reading with you? What is the payment option?
Yeah. You do it through PayPal, or you can do it through credit card as well. Just go to my website and you can do it directly from there, or you can just go right up into my link tree and do it from there as well. It's www.rebeccadragonheart.com to book a private session.
All right.
I also do a members live, and I do email questions if you don't want to book a full session as well. Okay, so you can see all of my options there on the website.
All right. Our next question here is from Cassie, who asks, will we move this summer?
I'm hearing October, so close to summer. I'm hearing it's going to happen in October, sorry.
All right. Caitlin asks, will my husband get promoted?
Yes, definitely. It feels to me almost like this has been a long time coming. Okay, and it's going to change a lot of stuff for you guys. It's going to definitely be a benefit. He might be a little nervous, but it's totally going to be fine.
All right.
Yeah.
Our next question here is from Chia, who asks, will MV ask me to be his girlfriend this year?
Yes. Yeah. I got no resistance, and I heard a yes right away. So yay! Definitely going to be a positive experience for you too. Keep me posted.
All right. Our next question here is from Kia, who asks, will my daughter be able to move into her own home soon with her boys and be happy and safe?
Yeah, it feels like it's about 1.5 years away for her, okay? So it's going to take her a little bit of time to get whatever it is she's needing here. It looks like there's some things need to be put into the right alignment, okay? So it's like credit and funding and all of that stuff in the right place. So it's about 1.5 years before that happens, but she's definitely going to find some happiness and peace once that does happen. Wow, thank you.
That's from Misty.
Oh, thank you, Misty. I believe Misty does that a lot when she comes on, doesn't she? Thank you, honey.
All right, 1 second here, just refreshed.
Yeah, I can see it moves pretty quick. Aw.
All right, our next question here is from Kara, who asks, will we go under contract soon?
Yeah, I'm hearing about 3 months you're going to be doing it. So that's soon. Just be patient. Give it some time. It's going to happen though.
All right. Our next question is from Kaylee, who asks, do you see what career I'll pursue the most? Thank you for all that you do.
Oh, thank you, honey. So it looks to me like you have some pretty big opportunity to do. They're showing me 3 lines, so that just means you have 3 potentialities, basically. I'm seeing with you, there's like this artistic side of you where you could travel down that way. It's going to take a little longer for you to find that abundance and that fulfillment you're looking for, though. And then I see you doing healing, honey. So they're showing me hands, which means you could work with animals, you could work with people, you could be a nurse, or you could do Reiki, you could do whatever kind of healing modality, but it has to be with healing, okay? It's about helping others specifically. And then they show me you writing. So whatever the writing is, it's a part of your career choice. Okay, so you have 3 potential avenues to go. At the soul level, what I see is the hands, the healing. So as long as you're helping others, you're going to find joy, peace, and happiness and abundance. Okay, so that's really the path that is for you. This year is about you identifying what and who you are, and moving into that alignment. You're done with the rat race. You're done with the old way of doing things. You're done with not having a purpose. And so 2022 is about you waking up and stepping into who you really are. Okay? There you go.
All right. Shan asks, will my dad send me my baby from heaven this year?
So you're definitely going to have I'm actually seeing 2 coming. So it may be that you get twins. I'm seeing 2, so I'm just going to go with that. Definitely going to happen this year. Okay, so keep me posted. Or I guess it would be next year because we're halfway through the year. Let me just see. Hang on. It's 8 months. That would be next year, right? 8 months? Yeah, so 8 months. That's what I hear.
All right.
All right. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Misty.
Yeah, I'm trying to find your question.
Is her question there? Misty, where's your question? Here, put your question in, Misty, and we'll answer for you. I don't see.
All right.
Well, keep an eye for.
Yeah. Amanda M asks, when will I find my forever husband/relationship and be abundant?
So your abundance, I'm hearing the abundance you're looking for is about 4 years away, okay? 2 years before you find your forever partner is what I'm hearing, okay, honey? So just be patient. It's right now, I don't think you have the time or the space for the person, okay? And things need to be a little adjusted is what I'm hearing. So you just have some work to do with clearing out the past, working on some stuff, and getting through to who you really are, okay? So that's kind of what this year is about for you. All right?
All right. Our next question here is from Misty.
Yeah, I found it.
Who is our top third gifter and
Thanks,
is also
Misty.
a new gifter.
Oh, it's not the same Misty.
All right. So Misty asks, will I have surgery this year?
Yes, yeah. And it feels like it's going to be fine, honey, so don't be nervous, okay?
All right.
Yeah.
Next question here is from Davina, who asks, anything for my dad, Jimmy, please? And do you still see conception in October of this year?
Yes, I still see conception for you, honey. So your dad comes through very chill, very laid back type of individual. I'm not sure if this is what he was like in life, but this is definitely what he's like on the other side. So he's much more relaxed, much more calm, really brings in this like chill out kind of thing. So that's the message I get from him, is like, relax, don't worry, please don't stress. Life needs to be relaxing and fun and enjoyable. And that's the message that I get from him, is like, just chill out, relax, enjoy yourself. And he's there helping, so you don't have to worry. Thanks, guys.
All right. Our next question here is from Gilda, who asks, is V the one, or am I just wasting my time? Any message from my dad? He passed in October.
Okay, so what I hear with V, honey, is that it's definitely a close match to what you're looking for, but I don't think this is the one, okay? So there are some things about V that match perfectly, but then there are some things that are not in alignment, okay? And so this is just showing that this person that is supposed to be in your life is coming through, okay? They're coming into your life, and I'm hearing for you it's more towards the fall, okay? But it is this year, so that's a good thing. And so just be ready for that. Just notice that there are certain things that are out of alignment with V, okay? And when it comes to your dad, what was the question? Just if he had a message for her? Okay, I'm just going to check in with him. So he's a little bit more quiet when he comes through. He watches, he supervises for you. He's very, he wants to see you in joy and happiness, honey. And so he really has been trying to help you find the right people, is what I'm getting from him. So lean on him, give him permission to help you find the partner. Cause I feel like he watches and he's not necessarily, sure that your choices or your path is being met the way that he wants you to find that joy and happiness, okay? So all you got to do is just say, you know, it's wonderful to have people on the other side to help us. So just say, hey, Dad, I give you permission to help me find my partner, and I ask that you do help that person come into my life. And as soon as we say that, it gives them permission to intervene in a physical way. And they will bring that person. And I'm hearing there's an A, so the name starts with an A, so it's significant. Okay.
All right. Our next question here is from our top gifter, Liz.
Thanks, Liz.
Who asks, will I have my rainbow baby soon?
I'm hearing it's going to be, so this fall is when you're getting pregnant. That's what I'm hearing, okay? So just be patient, honey. Don't be disheartened when it takes a little bit of time, because, you know, you got to think those babies have to come in the right birthday, right? For the right personality and things like that, because our birthdays really dictate a lot. So it's the timing of things, okay? But yes, it's going to happen. So that's good. Oh, thanks, Misty. She's still gifting. All right.
All right. Annie asks, will I pass my driver's license in June, and will my cat come back? Please and thank you.
I think your cat is with somebody, so I think somebody has your cat, and that's why your cat is not around. I definitely do feel that you're going to pass, honey, so I'm not too worried about that, okay? But keep me posted, though. All right?
All right. Our next question here is from Kristen, who is sending those gifts.
Oh, thanks, honey.
And she asks, I'm turning 55 on Sunday. What will this year bring?
So this year is really you stepping in and boundaries are important. I'm going to start with there. You're stepping into your power this year, honey, and you're really, energetically, you feel way younger than 55, I'm going to say. You don't feel that old. You feel a lot more vibrant. You're going to find that the next 10 years for you are a lot more enjoyable and a lot easier than the first part of your life has been, okay? So I see a lot of joy and happiness for you. Yeah. Thanks so much, guys.
Right. Our next question here is from Tammy, who says, uncountable likes. Hi. Anything from my mom or dad? Thank you.
Yeah, your mom comes through really clearly. Your dad is there periodically, so I don't feel like he comes in every time your mom is around. So I don't know if that means it might be that he's just popping in and out to check in on you, but your mom comes through really strongly, honey. And more than anything, she's very supportive. And that, hands down, most important thing ever is the fact that you have somebody on the other side supporting you. What I hear with her is like she's been helping guide you through some of your emotional stuff you've been going through, is what she's saying. And she's been showing herself there. She sends you animals, is what she says. So I send cats, I send dogs, I send chipmunks, I send squirrels, I send small animals. It's not the birds though, which I think is strange. But grandma sends birds is what I'm hearing. So you do have family members that do send you animals. Your mom sends you random animals, though. It's like just her way of being like, but they're comforting in the way that they come. And that's her way of showing I'm trying to comfort her. And so she sends you like a dog when you're, lost in thought or whatever. A dog will just come up to you, or same with like a chipmunk or whatever. So when you're feeling like out of sorts and that animal comes up, just know that that's your mom, and that's just her way of validating that she's around. Okay, so she's sending you a lot of comfort is what I'm hearing. She's definitely a big part of your experience, a lot more than your dad. Your dad pops in and checks on you, but he's just not there as much. Okay.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Our next question here is from Pooja, who asks, will my taxi business be a good deal to operate in Fiji? I'm very confused about my future.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely going to be a starting point, but it doesn't feel like you're going to be there forever, okay? So this is just going to be a way to secure yourself, okay? So just don't be worried about it. I do feel like it's definitely going to work out well for you, and it does feel like it's going to fall in place pretty quickly for you in Fiji, honey, okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Kayla, who says, hi, Rebecca. Kayla here. I'm on every live.
Hi,
Please,
Kayla.
will anything happen between Jamie and I?
So it feels like there is, the energy's there for it's supposed to happen, okay? That's what I'm hearing. It's like it's supposed to happen. It's supposed to be. I'm hearing about 3 months before everything works out, and I feel like you're ready, Jamie doesn't feel ready. That's kind of how it feels. So it's almost like we got to get into the same alignment. Just be patient. If you haven't asked Jamie out, or like, I don't know, go for a coffee or something, try doing that just to ease Jamie into it. That's how it feels. It's almost like I got to be eased into it. Shy is what I keep hearing. It's very shy and not good at taking that first step. But it's definitely meant to be is what I'm hearing. So it is an experience you're meant to have. All right.
All right. Our next question here is from Alexis Tay, who asks, will I get into my dream university this year? I feel like I will fail. What can I do more?
No, you're not going to fail. You actually will have 3 options is what I'm hearing. So you're going to have 3 places that you'll be able to go. I don't get the sense that you're going to fail, and that stress that you're putting on yourself unnecessarily, honey, okay? I'm just going to say. So just put it aside. You're going to be fine, okay? You're going to do well. You're going to definitely have 3 options is what I'm saying. So make sure that you let it go. All right?
All right. One.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, honey.
That's from Ruth Ann 488.
Thank you, Ruth. While you're looking, I'm just going to let you guys know if you do want to book a private session with me, you can do so through my website, www.rebeccadragonheart.com. I'm also promoting my children's book, which is out for pre-order, and it is called The Little Light, A Soul's Journey. So if you're interested in taking a look, it's literally what it sounds like. It's about the soul before it comes in to incarnation, what heaven looks like. Heaven is just a word, but what the other side looks like, and how our soul comes to be here, and what that journey looks like for us, okay? It's a great book for kids and adults. I feel like it definitely explains a lot, and there's a lot of imagery in it that's going to help you kind of internalize what the other side looks like. So if you're interested in checking that out, it's on my website as well, under The Little Light. And I am looking to sell 2,000 get 2,000 orders in before June 30th. So if you want to support, that would be amazing. And you can also help by supporting and sharing my videos that are pinned on the little light. All right.
All right. Our next question here is from Juliet, who asks, does my husband, dad, or mom have a message for me?
So I get your husband comes in. I'm going to say this. There's definitely a lot of like physical. So I feel the bed, I feel the couch, I feel things go down, and I feel the energy there. So a lot of presence is what I'm hearing. So I'm like really, really there. There's music being played. So there's songs. Lyrics of songs is what I keep hearing, which means that I'm using lyrics to talk to you. So I want you to start paying attention to certain songs that catch your attention, because that means that that's the way that your loved ones are communicating, but specifically your husband is what I'm hearing. And there's an area where I keep seeing, like I'm standing there just watching over you, okay? And it's in a doorway, it feels like, so, and it feels like a darkened doorway, so there's not a lot of light there. So that's where I'm seeing him stand. But he comes and he sits with you, or he'll lay with you in the bed, or he'll like try to let you know, hey, I'm here that way. Okay, so start paying attention. The songs are really important, honey, because the words really come through really loud that way for him, for you from him. Okay, so you're not imagining when you feel him. I'm just gonna give you that because I know sometimes it can be uncertain. So you're not imagining. All right.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Our next question here is from Hannah, who asks, will I get my dream job this year?
Yes, you will. And it's not as you expected is what I'm hearing. So it's going to be in a surprise way. I don't know what they mean by that, but that's what I'm being told to tell you. Thank you. I love the corgis. I really do. They're such cute dogs in real life. All right.
All right. Our next question here is from Madison Tracy, who asks, what do I need to do to keep myself on my path? How will I find myself?
So you're moving more into the spiritual side of you, okay? You're very open, so trusting your intuition is going to be key. I hear that you're doing some kind of alternative, it's like yoga or something to that effect is what I see you moving towards, okay? So I do see you getting some more certifications or more papers being put in the pile is basically how it looks. So you're moving more in that alignment, okay? It's definitely about waking people up in a different way, physically and spiritually speaking. So just keep doing what you're doing because you're not doing things wrong is what I'm hearing. And trust that your intuition is right because it really is. And sound is important. So for you, sound therapy, sound music, using singing bowls, that kind of stuff, it's really important to help you be in the body. It's what they're telling me to tell you. So it's super important that you stick to the sound stuff. Okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Angela, who asks, will I have more babies with Patrick? When?
So I'm hearing one. So I hear the pregnancy is later this year, so it's going to be next year is what I'm hearing. So there is one more. Keep me posted.
Also, we have about 15 minutes left somehow.
It's like a time warp when I come on here. I don't know how, right? All right.
All right. Our next question here is from Jocelyn, who asks, will Renee and I find an apartment by July?
You will, yeah. I do feel that there is, the place is there for you, okay? So you will. Let the stress go. Feel it right here. It's like heavy on the chest.
All right. Our next question is from Jessie408, who asks, my son passed away in April 2021. How's he doing, please?
Fine, honey. And I'm going to tell you, so kind of plays around in your space. So I see things being moved. I see things being hidden. So when you can't find something, it's like I'm moving stuff so that physically I'm still here, okay? I'm not gone. I'm seeing a guitar, so I don't know what the guitar is about, but sometimes they'll just tell me things so that to help validate that it's them. So something about this guitar is important, but he hides things. So he moves things around and, you will lose something for a week and then all of a sudden it's like, well, I looked there 5 times. I know that it wasn't there and all of a sudden it is there. So that's just his way of validating that I'm around and I'm in your space. He's fine, honey. he's definitely, I mean, better than fine. The other side is definitely a beautiful place, and we get to let go of a lot of stress, and we get to be our pure potential self. So it's different there.
All right. Our next question here is from Leslie, who asks, I've had lots of change. What's coming in for me? Anything in love coming soon?
So I do see that there is going to be a relationship, but I'm hearing that it's not until at least later next year. Okay, so it's not early in the year. It feels later in the year. What I'm being told to tell you is clear out the baggage. Clear out the relationship baggage, especially when, and not just romantic relationships, it's also in other relationships, so friends, family, that kind of stuff. Clear out the trauma and the damage, and that will make room and space for the energy to come in. Okay, you're not ready right now because you still have stuff lingering, energetically speaking. Okay, so it's really, meditation helps a lot, journaling helps a lot to clear that energy out, so it's no longer in your physical self. Okay, honey, it'll help a lot.
All right. Our next question here is from Katie, who asks, how many children will I have in the future? Thank you.
So Katie, I'm hearing 2. Okay, so you're gonna have 2, and I'm hearing next year, I think, is when the first pregnancy is going to happen for you. Okay.
All right.
Yep.
Our next question is from Destiny, who asks, any messages from my uncle? I miss him so much.
Definitely. And so with your uncle, I see him popping in and out. So that means that there's a lot of people involved in his life, or were a lot of people that he's kind of connected to. Okay. He does come in when you think about him more than anything. So it's like the second you think about him or you're talking about him, he's there, and he's there with family stuff. So he was very family oriented is what he's showing me. So it's like family stuff's important. Always made an effort, I guess, to be at family affairs. And so that's just his way of validating it's him. Comes through at literally just when you think about him. So it's not like he's standing there watching over you in the same way as some family members do. It's more like I pop in when she's thinking about me or talking about me. Okay. And honey, I'm going to tell you something. He's really proud of you. You've been through a lot. He's telling me in the last 3 years specifically, you've been through a lot, and he's really proud how you've handled things. Okay. And you didn't lose yourself is what he says. So that's good. All right.
All right. Our next question is from Star, who says, first time here.
Oh, hi, Star.
Will my late husband's real property sell this year?
Yes. Yeah. I'm hearing, so November is what I'm hearing for you. Okay, honey? I just had to count. I use my fingers because I can't do when I'm channeling, but yeah. So it'll be in November is when I see it happening for you. Okay, honey? So just be patient, give it a little bit of time, and it'll happen. No problem. All right?
Just a cool confirmation. The Jesse408 that you answered a little bit ago said thank you. He loved it when his brother played the guitar.
Oh, good. Thank you. I know it's funny because they say stuff and they'll show me things and it's like, I don't know what it means, but I'm just going to say it. And that honestly is their way of validating that it's really them. Because how would I know, right? I wouldn't know from a hole in the ground, but it is. So that's awesome. Thank you for validating that for us. All right.
All right. Our next question says, hi, Amy here. How do I open myself up to spirit and become in tune with my abilities?
So first you got to understand how your psychic abilities work. So for you, honey, you got to work on opening up emotionally, and that's hard because you're emotionally, how do I put this? You feel emotions, but you control them too much, so you don't allow yourself. That's how your emotions is how your gift works. You're an empath, but you're an emotional empath, so you need to learn to navigate what it feels like, right? So when you walk into a room, you can feel things, right? You feel it. I also hear you're clairaudient, which means you can hear things as well. So understanding how your gifts works is going to be the starting point, okay? Learning to communicate with your guides. I have several videos on that. On the top of my TikTok, I have a playlist on how to communicate with your spirit guides. That's going to be key for you. It's going to help you to trust the information coming in. You're already open and aware, honey. It's just that you don't necessarily trust things, okay? So sometimes you'll get information about somebody and you override it out of your programming. What I mean by that is like what you were taught growing up. So you're taught from school, don't judge a book by its cover, right? But as an empath, we know whether somebody is resonating good for us or not. And so we are supposed to trust that. And we get taught not to trust that. So when you get that sensation and you get that information, start listening and working through it. Okay, and those are the key things that are going to help you advance in your psychic abilities, okay?
All right.
Yeah.
Our next question here is from Carrie, who asks, should I go through with accepting this job or wait for another opportunity? Thank you.
Definitely take this job, because what I'm hearing is this is, it's a little bit out of, it's not the norm or the full of what you could be doing, but it's definitely going to open doors in a different way for you, okay, honey? So it's a little out of what your comfort zone is, I'm gonna say, but it's what you should be doing right now is what I'm hearing. And I do hear it's temporary, so you're not there long term, meaning you're not there for like 5-10 years. It feels very temporary, and then it's going to be onto something that's more in alignment. So take it for now, because it's almost like your guides are telling me this is what we put in place to help you get to that next step. Okay, so do it. All right.
All right, our next question here is from Roger. Oh, it just went away.
Oh, no.
I'll try and find it again after.
Okay.
All right.
Roger, did you see? Roger who?
Papa Bear.
Papa Bear.
Oh, found it.
Okay,
all right.
never mind.
Roger asks, how important is energy work for me at this time?
Okay, so they're showing me you in kind of a hermit stage, which means that you've got to do some self-healing first, okay? But you must definitely get into doing the energy work in the future, because this is what you came here for, okay? And why you've always been drawn to energetic things. That's what I hear, so that's what I'm going to say. So if you aren't trained in Reiki, go get trained in Reiki, but you definitely want to be doing that work after you've done the self-work first, okay? So 2022 for you, so the next 6 months for you is about working on you and clearing away and healing, okay? And then you're gonna be doing work with others. So that is gonna be a big part of your future, honey. So it's important that you do it. Okay?
All right. Mm-hmm. Our next question here is from Rachel, who asks, guidance on this move. When should I go? When should I give notice at work?
So not yet. I'm hearing 7 months is what I got. So maybe wait a little bit. Don't try to rush it is what I hear. You got to take things slowly. And they're showing me like everything kind of has to be in order first before we do this. So give it 7 months is what I'm hearing before all of it falls into place. And you got to do the movement now, so you got to start putting things in alignment now, but don't do the big change until 7 months from now is what I hear. Okay?
All right. Our next question here is from To The Infinity 88.
Love it.
Asks, what year will I have my wedding? Will it be a traditional Japanese wedding?
So I'm hearing 2024. It is going to be, so it's not fully traditional. A lot of it is, but there is going to be some of it that's not, is what I'm hearing. So some things are going to be incorporated that are a little bit more Western. Okay?
All right. Caitlin S. asks, is there a huge energy shift going on around me? My ears won't stop ringing.
That's awesome. So when you hear the ringing, honey, that's just your guides validating what you're thinking, saying, or feeling, okay? So you want to start, really what I would do until you understand what the message is start journaling it. So what were you just thinking about? What were you just feeling? What were you saying when the ringing starts? Typically for you, when you get that really loud ring, it's their way of being like, pay attention to that. Right? You know how it's like that kind of ring? Really important you pay attention to that one, okay? I also do hear that they've been communicating, like you get the buzzing as well, but they've been communicating through numbers for you too. So you want to start paying attention to when the numbers are correlating with your thoughts and your feelings and your actions, okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Hannah, who asks, any messages from my Grandpa Joe for my dad, David? Thank you.
So, again, this is somebody, so I don't know if he was an outdoorsy type of person or worked outside or whatever it is, but he shows me outside. Definitely a laid back individual, and hard work is important to him. So whatever he did in life, it was really important to him. And that is kind of the message I get, is like, you know, as long as you put your heart into it, it will always work out, is the message I get from him. Okay. So if you're not happy doing something, honey, don't do it. That's really what he's emphasizing here. Do what your heart tells you to do. So if you're working a job that feels like it's not in alignment, shift it. That's the main message I get from him. Okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Genin, who asks, when will Robert reach out to me?
2 months is what I'm hearing. Yeah. It sometimes takes time for people to get where they need to be before they can open up. Okay.
All right.
My screen went dark again. I don't know why it does that. It's very weird.
Our next question is from Lex, who asks, my boyfriend passed, any messages from him?
So I see him stand behind you, which means then he's with you all the time. And that's something I find interesting, because there are other people he could be with, but I feel him with you all the time. And it feels like it's his way of supporting you, because you're going through, you miss him, you miss the energy, and it's like, I'm here, like literally right behind you. He's very tall behind you, so I'm not sure if he was tall, but that's how I see him. And it's like hands on your shoulders, so it's like, I'm here, I'm supporting you, I'll hold you up if I have to. I want you to know that, like this comes from him, I want you to know that it's okay to have life and move forward. Don't be stuck. Don't be stuck, okay? And that's the message I get from him. So moving forward, lots of love, honey. You know, that's the main thing I can't stress enough, is that the love goes with us, and it just grows on the other side. It's just so big. So when you are feeling alone, just know that you're not alone. That's something you need to hear. Okay?
All right. Our next question is from one of our top gifters, Ruth Ann, who asks, is my mom around me? I just don't feel her.
Yeah, I hear that she visits you more at night, so it's more during your dream time, okay? She visits you, honey, but you're not necessarily, you're very busy or you're very distracted during the day, and so it's almost pointless for her to try to get your attention, because you're busy doing stuff, is what I'm seeing. So the way that you're going to get your communication is slowing down. So if you want her to communicate with you, literally sit on the couch, be like, okay, if you're here, show me you're here. You know, they can. So turn on a light, make a noise, whatever it is, you know, make my phone ring, whatever. They can do it. It's kind of freaky, but they can do it. I hear that she has tried to get your attention, but you're just so distracted. So at night in your dream time is when she visits you quite often. And I do see also a grandmother with her. So there's a grandmother energy that also visits with you. Okay.
All right. Our next question is from Nicole, who asks, will I lose weight to reach my goals? Thanks.
You will, honey, definitely. But I do see that it's a little bit slower than you were hoping, okay? So it is, I'm going to say this. Not just the physical aspects of things, you have to go into the energy aspects of things. And you got to understand that when we gain weight, it's to protect ourselves. So what are you protecting yourself from? And if you can get into an energetic understanding of it, it's going to be faster. Okay, you'll be able to shed that a lot faster. You're going to get there. Don't even worry about that. Okay, and don't get obsessed over it. And don't get, worried that it's not going to happen, because it is. It's just you got to understand why it's happening. Okay.
All right. Our next question is from Layla, who asks, what are Emmanuel's feelings towards me?
So coming around is what I'm hearing. So it means that not fully where you're at. Okay. So you're open, you're receptive, you're ready. And it feels like I'm not quite there yet. So just be patient, give him time, because it sometimes takes people a little bit to come around, but I do feel like we're moving in the right direction. Okay. So be patient. All right. I'm gonna do my little spiel here. So,
this will be our last question.
Sure. I'm publishing a children's book. It's called The Little Light: A Soul's Journey. It is exactly what it sounds like. So it is the soul's experience on the other side as it's deciding to come into life. This is what the book looks like. It's beautiful gold pressed, I don't know how you say it. It's embossed with gold. I channeled this book 20 years ago, a little over 20 years ago, and I used to tell it to my children, and I wasn't ready to put it out there until today. So if you're interested in taking a look at my campaign, it's on my website, www.rebeccadragonheart.com. I'm trying to sell 2,000 copies before June 30th. So whether you want to help by pre-ordering your copy, or whether you want to help by just sharing my videos on it, whatever you want to do, that would be great. I really would appreciate it. You can book a session with me on my website as well. So I do one-on-ones. I also do email questions if you don't want to book a full session. And I also have a members live that I do once a month that you can subscribe to. And anybody who doesn't get their questions answered here, if you join the members live, you're guaranteed to have your questions answered there. Okay, so I'm on YouTube and I'm on Instagram as well if you want to follow me there. I am trying to get to 1,000 is not easy. I know, I froze. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, which hasn't been easy. So if you want to come support me over there, that'd be great. Because once I get to 1,000, I'll go live on there as well. All right, and this is our last question.
Yes, there is our top gifter didn't manage to see her answer. If you just want to tell her the live's going to be.
Yeah, the live will be on my YouTube on my YouTube channel. As soon as it downloads from TikTok, I always upload it to my YouTube channel, so you can go back and find it there. Okay, honey?
All right.
Last question.
Question here is from Jen's TikTok closet.
Oh.
Who asks, I desperately need advice from my sister. It's been a rough year.
So it's continuing is what I'm hearing. So a lot of stress, a lot of stuff going on, but it's to remove anchors. Okay. So what they mean by that is it's like, so we can go into a new way of being. All right. So although it feels negative and it feels like this is awful, it really has a purpose. Okay, honey. I feel like with your sister, support her as much as you can by sending her things that are positive, sending her positive quotes, positive mindset things, that kind of stuff. Like it feels heavy. Like I feel like I'm depressed or I'm in a depressive state. So you got to do what you can, which is, just try to keep it upbeat and try to you're an empath too, honey. So I don't want you to get dragged into the energy. And that seems to happen a lot with you. So be really careful that when you're in that environment that you go home and you clear yourself afterwards. So go have a shower and wash away the energy, have a long bath, whatever it is, but take care of you in that. Okay. Super important. All right.
All right.
That's it for today, guys. I will be back on in a few days, so don't worry. I come on pretty regularly. If you do want to go check out my website, it's www.rebeccadragonheart.com. There's lots of options on there for you guys, okay? Thank you so much for joining me today. And if you do want to support me with my book, I would appreciate it. And we'll see you guys next time, okay? Have a great day.